So let me share with you finally about one of my most passionate areas, that is terrorist rehabilitation. That is, when we arrest a terrorist, or if a terrorist surrenders, we should work on them to restore their mind back to before they became a terrorist. That is called mainstreaming their ideology, bringing them back from the extreme to the mainstream. We do this using the following methods. One is religious and spiritual rehab. We get a religious teacher to speak to them. If they're Hindus, a Hindu. If they're Christians, Christian. And I can tell you there's nothing wrong in Islam or in Christianity or in Judaism or in Buddhism or in Hinduism. But all these religions can be misinterpreted. And people's minds are like clay. They can be indoctrinated and influenced. Right? That is why I've encouraged all of you to get your master's degrees and your PhDs and become the best leaders the world will have that can go into politics. One of you can become the prime minister, the president, so you can become a CEO of a company. You can work internationally. So get your education so that you can implement this rehabilitation program. One is religious rehabilitation, where we get the cleric to give them the right understanding of religion. Second is teachers, educational rehabilitation. Broaden their mind, get them to think rationally and logically. Terrorists don't think rationally and logically. Third is social and family rehab. Look after their children so that they won't become terrorists. Look after their wives. Put food on their table so that those children will not hate the government, will not hate the other community. Then the next is creative arts in rehab. Song, dance, music, puppetry, calligraphy, poetry, introduced all that. There's a beautiful book by a man called Rumi. He was Jalaluddin Rumi. He's the best-selling poet in America. He's a Muslim. Read about Rumi. I've introduced the Rumi book to many prisons. You can do it. If a Muslim extremist read Rumi, he will become moderate. Another method of rehabilitation is sports and recreational rehabilitation, right? And then finally, you must bring in what is called the psychological rehabilitation. That is to remove the anger in their hearts, remove the resentment in their hearts, remove the suspicion and prejudice in their hearts, so that they can live a normal life. So train more counselors and more psychologists in this fight against terrorism. So to fight terrorism, you need prevention, preemption if you have intelligence to prevent the attack, then of course responding to a terrorist attack, including enforcement, and next is rehabilitation together with punishment.